It's a layup, bud.
I'm the scat man. I'm the scat
man. This man wants to go golfing. We got to get through the show. Let's go. NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction. 14-year NHL vet Carlo Colaiacovo. Beauty day. The weather's hitting. We hit some stacks. We hit some props. Was a good morning. Little scary with not a lot of scoring early, but things hit later. Somehow I didn't get a Trevor Moore point. That was the biggest tough pill to swallow this morning. But 4-game slate today. Good morning to the pumpers there. Mikey Glove save absolutely fired up in the chat.
Is he ever? There's a couple of things that are fired up with him.
No more. No Ovi point. No Duran point. The Avs are hurting right now. All right, let's go for a quick recap. Kings plus 800 to win the cup, and they have the Senior Community Center harmonica, which it's a meme at this point. It's so bad but the crowd sings it. So
I'm actually surprised you didn't open the show today with a harmonica. That would have been so Joshy to do with you starting the show with a harmonica.
Haven't had a harmonica since high school.
I know, who has? It's like this one time at band camp.
No, if you ever run into a guy who has like a pouch full of harmonicas, all with different keys,
run.
No, you sit there and drink by the fire with that guy. That's what you do. The Big Slick triple-double, absolutely insane. The AK line on fire.
Unreal.
I bought some Anze Kopitar, Conn Smythe stuff this morning. That's where I was at. I'm going to have to show all my positions.
Kopitar, Conn Smythe?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Kuzmenko, Conn Smythe.
He's not even listed.
Or Kempe.
Kempe's priced heavily. But I'll go with the better defensive center who's, I'll take Kopitar. Line bench in the third. That Montreal team has zero secondary scoring, and that's an issue, especially on the road.
Well, hey, how about Logan Thompson? Remember the guy I said would be the difference maker in this series? He's the reason why it's not 2-0 Montreal or even 1-1 in the series.
Love it. He's crawling up the ladder board. I got Connor McMichael like 300 to 1 for Conn Smythe. Nice to see him on the board. I really have to show all my positions because they're so funny.
How about the 0.7 empty netter for people that had the puck line?
How about or the people that had Connor McMichael and Pierre-Luc Dubois stack, which was
did Dubois pass it to him?
Plus, but the whole line touched on it. The Avs blow another third period lead. They lose in overtime. Drouin is the issue. Coughed it up. Was found in front of the net again. Something there. And the Oilers might have the worst defense / goaltending in the entire playoffs. Just a disaster. If you had to make odds right now, let's say Edmonton swept, what are the chances McDavid signs before his contract's up with Edmonton?
I would have put his chances to sign at close to 90% before the season started because of Draisaitl committing to 8 years. And now look, just because Draisaitl committed to 8 years doesn't mean he can't ask for a trade if McDavid leaves.
100%.
Right? But I mean, considering the year that McDavid's had, he's had some injuries. He became the face of Canadian hockey, scoring the golden goal of the Four Nations. But then he's had to come back to an Oilers team that has been so dysfunctional. And they've had so many injuries, missing so many guys. And I just don't know, after you've been to Game 7 last year, you're expected to be a team that consistently competes. And if you lose like this in the first round, Connor McDavid has to be there thinking, do I really believe I can win here if I commit here for the next 8 years? I think it's that simple. That guy wants to win. And I just don't know if the future in Edmonton looks good enough to convince him to stay there.
Have you ever been around that competitive of a person that's at the top of their profession and all they want to do is win? That's going to dictate what he does. No, that's it.
Yeah, probably.
He just wants to
I
win.
mean, Sidney Crosby's the same way. Guy loves hockey, breathes hockey, wants to win, but he's won,
Yeah.
right? Difference is McDavid hasn't. And you look at everything that I just look at the Maple Leafs, for example, okay? The Maple Leafs are a team that still is competitive year after year. And up until this year, there's been a lot of question marks in that, but at least they're trying every year to improve their team. They don't have many bad contracts on their team. The Edmonton Oilers have a ton of bad contracts on their team. One starting with Darnell Nurse, right? And you can look at the Evander Kane contract. I mean, who knows what his future is going to be next year. You got a couple other guys in the back end that you could probably use an upgrade on. What do you do with Bouchard? You pay him $10 million a year like he's going to command because he can play offense, but he can't play a lick of defense.
Remember when they got Adam Henrique and they're like, yeah, we plugged some holes.
What do you do in net? Like, I don't know. A lot of questions in Edmonton. A lot of questions.
Yeah, and I think the Oilers fans were kind of what you said. We'll just get to the playoffs and then things will change. Well, guess what? You guys aren't the Panthers.
Well, get to the playoffs, you'll change. Maybe you played a different opponent because you've been beating the crap out of LA for 3 straight years. They prepared themselves to better to position themselves to better beat the Oilers this year. Guess what? Home ice advantage. Look how much of a difference it's made so far. 12 goals in 2 games.
That's Perez saying Bouchard let Byfield walk right up and kiss Skinner. It was an interesting spot because, yeah, as you know, your defensive partner left you to hang when Darnell Nurse was up at the blue line on that play. It was a 2-on-1. I mean, Bouchard just kind of took away the pass, but he had no interest in going to Byfield on that play, but it looked awful.
Yeah, I agree. He's been awful. Anyways, let's look ahead to tonight.
Yeah. You going driver first hole? You're going to go
Absolutely,
two iron, bud. First swing of the year.
I'm getting a breakfast ball off the first tee, too.
Oh, goodness gracious. Toronto, Ottawa. Ottawa's the favorite. Get out of here with that shit. Come on now.
Are sportsbooks saying they're the favorite because it's a home game for them? I know they've got a good home record this year. I think they're 25-10 and 3 at home. But do they deserve to be favorites in this game?
No, they don't deserve to be favorites, but I think it's more who was on your show this morning that did
Mike Johnson?
It was Mike Johnson. I would have called him Chris because I do that every time. He touched on it. It's just hard to win 3 games in a row, and I think that's being priced into it. But I don't see that was the effort. Like, what do you expect from Ottawa? I'm on the Ottawa team total under 2.5. I think this is a better way to bet it at plus 110. Look at the 2 goals they scored. Like, those were trash goals. They really haven't really put anything. Stolarz is
they haven't beaten Stolarz clean.
No, that's it, right? Like, show me something like that. And you got Tim Stützle, who's afraid to shoot the puck. He's always making one extra move. There's not a lot to like right now in Ottawa. And I think instead of going on the money line, I think I'll take Ottawa team total under 2.5. Toronto could shut it down. We could see a slow game. And it's another spot where we're saying they have to be terrified to play physical versus this power play. And we'll get Mitch Marner for a power play point at plus 175. I'll take it here, but I'm not expecting more than 2.5. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to get a ton of power play opportunities in this game up to.
Well, the way I look at it is that you come into the series if you're Ottawa and you say to yourself, okay, the way we can beat Toronto is we've got to push them out of the rink and we got to make them play a game they're not comfortable playing. Well, you tried that and it didn't work, right? Because you've taken penalties and kudos to the Maple Leafs. They said, okay, you want to play like that? We're going to make you pay because our power play is going to be the difference maker. So now if you're Ottawa, you got to change your approach. You've got to come in. You're like, okay, for 2 games, it hasn't worked because we've actually beat ourselves because they beat us on the power play. What are we going to do differently? Look, I think for Ottawa, you got to set the tone early with a physical presence. You're at home. You got to get the building in it. I think for Ottawa, you got to try to find a way to get the first goal and play with the lead because that's something that the Leafs haven't had to deal with yet, trailing in a series. So you do that and maybe you build some momentum. I think for the Leafs, you kind of welcome that. You welcome, you kind of welcome being down 1-0 because you've been playing so good. You've won consecutive games in a row going back into the regular season. You almost just need that kick in the ass to get yourself going. And maybe that's what they need to get themselves going. But for Toronto, I don't think there's much change. There's much that change here. You stick with your game plan. You don't give up much defensively. I mean, prior to that second goal that they scored, they hadn't given up a shot in 17 minutes, right?
Blocked
And you
and
let
everything.
if you're Toronto, you let Ottawa try to make the mistakes and you capitalize. If you're Ottawa,
Counter. Just counter. You can play the counter game.
Yeah, you've got to play a cleaner game.
You can play the counter game as Toronto today. Let them push counter. You could be up 3-0 halfway through the game, no problem. Yeah. Even just playing responsibly. So that's where we are with that. We're going to get some Marner power play points, but this is not indicative of a good playoff team at all. The Leafs, 4 power play goals, 9 seconds into the power play, 3 seconds into the power play, 8 seconds, and 18 seconds. That's PK1. And a lot of that has to do with how good Toronto's been in the dot, the best face-off team of the entire playoffs right now at 56%. You've got Max Domi winning 66% of his draws right now. And the beauty about that power play and that first offensive zone face-off, Matthews gets the first draw, both lefties, with him and Tavares. He can be as aggressive as he wants. And if he gets kicked out, Tavares comes in, and it's not really a downgrade. So that's one of my favorite angles right now with that. And I think that's why they're winning faceoffs. So let's go. Florida, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a favorite, -125. Over-under sitting at 5.5. I don't know if they can go toe-to-toe right now, but what I'm doing is Tampa Bay to score first. I think it's an embarrassing – that was an embarrassing game. I know they might not have Cirelli, but this is about as veteran as a team.
Why, did he get hurt?
Yeah, he exited in the second period, and
that's not good.
There's a difference between Anthony Cirelli pivoting your second line versus Nick Paul going in there, and that's who it was. So that's a big issue. But professionally, Tampa Bay has to come out and throw the first punch, no?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised they took that punch in game 1 when this felt like the series that Tampa would finally prevail against Florida. But Florida reminded us as to why they've gone to the finals 2 years in a row, and they're the defending Stanley Cup champs. Is that when they're at the top of their game, they're tough to beat, no matter where they are or who they're playing.
Prez saying Cirelli taking warm-ups right now. Game time decision. I appreciate it there.
Thanks for that, Prez.
Yes, Matthew Tkachuk under 0.5 points, +135. Greasy move.
Eh?
It's just a play on opportunity. The guy played 11.5 minutes in game 1.
And he had 3 points.
And he had 3 points. I get that, but I'll take the
you take the chances of game script changing in game 2.
100%.
Yeah.
And he could be a factor. I get that. But if you're going to tell me Tkachuk's going to play 13 minutes, I'm still going to bet his under on a prop that's priced if he's going to play the full game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. And will I bet on him and Samoskevich each to get a point? Yes, I will. Does that sound stupid? Yes. I'll have Matthew Tkachuk under points at +135 and Samoskevich and Tkachuk for a stack at +240.
Unders?
No, over for the points.
So you go overs Samoskevich and under.
No.
Tkachuk?
I'll go Tkachuk and Samoskevich both over points at +240. And then I'll go Tkachuk under points at +135. And hopefully win on one of those.
Okay. So you're taking the
Samoskevich won't touch. Well, Tkachuk will get a point.
You're taking the odds that you win one of them and you leave up money.
Yeah, it's kind of a hedge bet, but I'm betting the stacks regardless. That's just the system. But I think if you're just taking a single shot here and you don't have that, I think just the minutes for Tkachuk helps. Where are we next? Vegas, Minnesota. What do we got here? Minnesota +130 home.
I like that.
That's a big number. I'm not there. I'm on Vegas team total under 2.5 at a better number. Okay. I like that. I don't think if you're scoring 3 goals in this series, you're winning the game.
Yeah.
It feels like. And Vegas, let's be honest, I don't like this offense out of nowhere. Like if Eichel and Stone aren't going, I mean, you got Brandon Saad, Thomas Hertl, and Dorofeev as your second line. It's not a lot to like, and there's not a lot of power plays in this series.
Yeah.
Gustafsson is a great goaltender. He's been better at home. And I think that +135, I think Vegas is being over. I think it's a combination of Vegas being overvalued and Minnesota being undervalued. No?
Yeah, I think it is. I think this is a great spot for Minnesota. They have all the momentum right now. and they're at home. That place is rocking playoff time. And with Kaprizov, I mean, as a home dog, that's good value, man, for Minnesota.
Anybody there? Any pumpers in the chat from Omaha? I got to go on Omaha radio.
Omaha!
I got to talk.
Anybody from Omaha?
What team do you cheer for in Omaha? There's a bunch of them. Like, you could be a Minnesota fan. You could be a Colorado fan.
Nebraska?
What?
No, I'm saying you cheer for Nebraska, the college.
They have a good program?
Nebraska?
The hockey team?
Well, the football program's pretty big.
Oh, okay. I'm talking hockey. We're talking about this is Josh Ingles talking college football. Yahtzee used to live in Omaha. There you go. Who did you cheer for? Let me know. Tell me everything. Tell me about the fair in 1890. I had to do some Omaha research.
Yeah, see, we only cheer for football. That's what he said. What are you being asked to do? Are you doing a hockey thing on there?
I'm doing a hockey playoff hit.
Well, I actually think Omaha has a hockey team.
Yeah, but it's like East. I don't know. Is it East? It's ECHL. I don't know. It's probably not AHL. Do they have an AHL team? All right, let's go to last game. Winnipeg, St. Louis. I do like St. Louis, but I don't like St. Louis at this price. This total is at 5. 5 people. I got to put it in because I didn't put it in. I got to add one more. We're going to go for Iafallo for a point at plus 110. He's just been a beast in this series. I need some St. Louis wins, but I'm going to go. I got to add this in. St. Louis, Winnipeg. This is me typing with my fingers because I didn't pay attention in typing class. And I got to get you at the door. 5 minus 130. And that's what we're doing here. If producer Mick can throw that up, I will always take an over 5. And even at the minus 130 that I'm getting, slowly uploading somehow. But 2-2. Expect a 2-2 game with the push 3-2 overtime. No?
Yeah.
Like 3-1's your only option.
You have it at 5 or 5.5?
It's a flat 5 at Sports Interaction right now at minus 130.
So you want the over?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Right on. Because I was just trying to think of what you're doing here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say, like, playoffs, you're going to see, 2-2, right? And then if you get that third goal in regulation, there's an empty netter. But if you don't, at least you go to overtime and it stays 3-2. You're banking on a push, and the bonus is the win.
This takes me back to the old the Islanders runs where they were totals of 5 flat 5s facing teams like Boston and during those Eastern Conference runs. So the 5's there. Should go 5.5. I don't like the over 5.5 at plus money. I'll take the extra out with the push here. But big slate today.
Yeah, I love it. 4-game slate, lots of plays. Let's go.
I have to coach a baseball practice in this beautiful weather from 6 to 8. So no, terrible coach. Terrible coach. Can we watch the game? So I'll have to put that
Go easy on Hudson, okay?
No, I don't coach that team. No.
Okay.
I just watch that team. I used to.
All right.
But yeah, this will be Coach Josh. Great swing, Tom. Great swing, buddy. Get him next time. Let's go.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Before you go, what's your total on your round today?
I'm not going to keep score.
90 and a half. 90 and a half. What's the over
under 90? Under 90. Yes.
I
might even break 80 today. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. You heard it here first. For the over, the best bet of today. Carlo Colaiacovo over 80 and a half strokes. Minus 110. That's the lock of the century.
82 is probably a comfortable number.
Okay. 86 more like it. Let's go. No cheating. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Carlo Colaiacovo. This is NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction. Big game for the Leafs going up 3-0. Just a brutal team in Ottawa. Let's go.
Have a great night, buddy. I will see you tomorrow. Go Leafs, go.